What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we're gonna be doing an update video. It's gonna be a little bit late, unfortunately. I'd preferably like to have gotten it out 12 hours ago, but late night stuff, school in the morning today, got a test, you know, couldn't do the video. Oh well. So rather get it late than never. Still the same day as the update, but pretty much. What are we gonna do? What are we doing? Right here. So. Starting off with global, what do we have? We have Takasasuke. He's a body character, finally. Unfortunately, doesn't have any utility. He's just straight up damage. And these are his stats. Short range, 1504, 2232. Attack. Here's his first jutsu. Let me turn on the volume. That's not it. Alright, that should be it. That should be it. Okay. So his first jutsu, Chidori Blade Flash, 3.8 times attack, and then knocks back. Go. Amaterasu, Ultimate Jutsu, 8.5 times attack, and on top of that, it leaves black flames. It leaves black flames there that when you touch the black flames, you take 1,000 damage for 5 turns. So by touching it once, you'll take 5,000 damage, overall. If you don't happen to die until that point. So that's really cool mechanic that they introduced. Is it something completely broken? No, but and then I believe the Amaterasu part is essentially AoE. So as long as there's a group of people and they touch the fire, they'll all take the 5,000 damage. All of his abilities are pretty nice, but anything crazy. Boosts critical rate. He has 4 of those, so he should be critting quite often if you get all of them. And the last one is the 100 attack up. So there you go. He is the sole character in that banner, making him only 1%. So preferably, I'd say do not summon on him. Then again, if you want to summon, he's your favorite character, go ahead. But the chances of you getting him specifically are the same as any other character. But it's just that he's the only character new in this banner, so it makes the overall experience not as good. In terms of what else is out, we do have the Phantom Castle featuring Yahiko, another body character. So his main thing focuses on reducing their attack. These are his stats for short range. You gotta deal with it, Phantom Castle stat line. But normal jutsu is 3 times attack AoE, and then the final ultimate jutsu is 7.5 attack, and then 70% chance of reducing their damage for 5 turns, which with all of his dupe abilities will become 100%. He does get an attack up, and then the last one is restores chakra with map movement. That last one isn't as important. If you can get the first 4, you're solid. So that's and on top of that, Phantom Castle is a little differently. It's functioning a little bit differently. There are chakra reduction areas, and there's poison areas as well. So it's a lot easier to die there. So make sure you pay attention to that, and I will be doing a guide at some point. Deidara is, teased or announced. He is a heart unit, and I'll go over his stats and everything on the JP side. That has everything out there, but it's 6 and 12 chakra, and I believe they're both AoE. Other than that, I don't believe there's anything new here. This did return, and then Itachi's out this week in terms of this, but he's not new. And finally, Kisame will come back next week, so if you didn't get them then, you'll have a chance. That really does it for this. Let's move on to the JP side where everything is new. Right over here, first things first, well, whatever pops up first, I'll go over that. Boruto The Next Generation, pretty much this is a login campaign. As long as whenever the episode's out, you log in, you get 2 pearls. So this is really only a JP thing, since the show is in Japanese. Well, whatever the reasons are, it's a JP thing only. We might get it next week, we might not. But one thing to note is that when this happened with Shikamaru's story, we did get that Shikamaru and Tamari as a banner. We also got Soku and Ro. We also got Gengo. So there's a high chance that we will be getting Boruto and characters, Boruto and friends, as characters at some point. It doesn't have to be immediately, but you know, it's probably gonna happen. And here you have it, Sage Mode Naruto and Konahamaru. This is Sage Mode Naruto, mid-range, 1474 attack, 1474 HP, 1420 attack. Normal jutsu, 4 times attack. To single target, 80% chance of reducing, you know, applying attack reduction, and knocks them back. Ultimate jutsu is 10 times attack and bravery to a single enemy and knocks them back. Deals 12 times if they are wisdom. So here's the Rasen Shuriken. Damn, that looks nice. But his multipliers are literally the exact same as One Tail Naruto's, and they function, you know, the same chakra, same everything, except this one knocks back. But what's cool about him is that on first glance, he looks kind of, you know, like underwhelming. Like, okay, you know, 1420 for a mid-range. Like Madara had like close to 1700 attack. We're talking about 300 difference. So, you know, what's so good about him? Well, if you check the dupe abilities, there you go. Now you know. But in all seriousness, first one is ignores barrier, second one is boost attack by 100, third one, and this is where it starts getting good, adds 2 damage multiplier to both of his jutsus. Essentially, like I said, his normal jutsu is 4 times attack, now it is a 6 times attack. His ultimate jutsu went from a 10 times and brave to like 10 and 12 to 14 to 12 and 14. So it'll do 12 times to, you know, an enemy, and then 14 times if they're wisdom. So that is his new multiplier in a sense. His fourth ability is another attack up, and his final ability is ultimate jutsu hits all enemies in range. So it literally transforms his ultimate jutsu to an AoE jutsu, which is pretty nuts. Alright, there's an example of it here. Might not be this one. No, it is this one. So this is the example of the the jutsu damage up, right? This is with it, without it, this is with it. And then this is the example of it being non-AoE versus AoE. And then I'll go over Konahamaru's also. But the cool thing about them is that their base cost is 36. I don't know why I'm looking here, my camera's here. Their base cost is 36, and pretty much what that means is, no, sorry, not 36, 38, is that they go down to 19 if you get all their dupes, and they go under 28 with 3 dupes alone. So if like using the stones on these guys is pretty, you know, pretty much worth it, and we're hoping that more stones come along our way to unlock more abilities. But here's Konahamaru, short range. His stat line is pretty good, right? Like high health, high attack. It's 5 times multiplier for him, and he is a wisdom unit, so his is sorry, not 5 chakra, 3.5 times multiplier, and it applies slip damage for 4 turns, 60% chance. His ultimate jutsu is 8.5 times multiplier. 8.5 times multiplier, and it is to a single enemy, but it's 11 times multiplier if they have a attack reduction debuff. So what Naruto can apply, what anyone who can reduce their attack, you know, if Konahamaru attacks after or while that attack debuff is active, Konahamaru's jutsu will do 11 times multiplier, which is pretty solid. So what are his dupe abilities? And he's in the same boat where he is 38 cost and he goes down to 19 as well. His dupe abilities are, the first one is extends status ailment from jutsus by 1 turn. So essentially what that means is that slip damage that was supposed to be 4 turns is now 5 turns. The second one is a boost attack by 100, pretty good. The next one is extend status ailment from jutsus by 2 turns. So now we're talking about the slip damage being at 5 turns, so now it's 7 turns. The next one is restores 1 chakra when moving to the next map, and the final one is extend status ailment from jutsus by 3 turns. So it goes from 7 turn slip damage to 10 turn slip damage. And the reason why this is actually good is because pretty much he's a boss killer. So the way almost all bosses are killed, unless you can nuke them down, you know, you got One Tail Naruto or Madara, you know, that group of people, right? But if you don't got those two or one or the other, slip damage is the way you kill everything, essentially. And this was shown off pretty well with Manda in the Orochimaru raid, where you just apply slip damage and you sit in a corner. So with Konahamaru, he applies the slip damage once, and it's there for a really long time. And I think the slip damage stacks. So whenever you apply the slip damage, the damage stacks. Because there's like slip damage has a percentage, so it'll do like 5% of their max or their current HP, or 2% or 3% or 4% or whatever. We don't know Konohamaru's damage number, but pretty much I believe it goes up to 8% or 10% maximum. And if Konohamaru's isn't maximum, you stack it with a Jiraiya, and you just got like you're hitting the max slip damage, and it's for a really long time. So his dupe abilities are really good also. So enough of that. They are 1% banner rate, so just keep that in mind. So just for the two of them, it's 2% overall. Here's Deidara. Heart unit goes to 6 stars. His final stats are 828 as a 6-star for HP and 1206 attack, long range. His jutsus aren't here, but his jutsus are 6 chakra, 3.5 attack to all enemies in range, 12 chakra, 7.5 attack to all enemies in range. Pretty straightforward. And his dupes are boost attack by 1.1 during combos. He has that 3 times, and then the other ones are boost critical rate by 1.75 during combos. So those are the other 2. So that pretty much does it for this aspect. What else did I want to cover? Let's show off the banner really quickly. Yes. We see. We know. We get it. Thank you, Bandai. So we'll be seeing this next week. And then he's still here as well. So, oh yes, this is what I wanted to show off. So now we're gonna bump it over to the desktop. So here we are at the desktop, and what we're looking at is a scan from, I can't remember if it's V-Jump or shown, well there's a V down there, so I'm assuming it's V-Jump, and this is thanks to Ivan Vega from Reddit. Thank you, Ivan Vega, for the scan. Ivan, we've gotten almost every single scan from this person, so it's big shout outs. It isn't translated at the moment, unfortunately, but once it gets translated, I just want to double check if there is a translation out. Doesn't seem, oh, we see it. All it says is that he will use Bansho Tenin when he pulls you towards him and messes up your positioning. Well, thanks Anton for the translation. There we go, Pain Impact. He will be, so he isn't announced yet, meaning that most likely next week he'll be announced, and then he'll be out the week after for JP. So 2 weeks in JP and then 3 weeks for Global. That's pretty much how it goes, unless they decide to just release him off the back next week. But normally they don't do that. They always give an announcement for the characters 1 week prior for the impacts. But next week we should be getting a Blazing Fest on JP, because there's a notice that says the strike events are coming back, and whenever those come back, it means that we're getting a Blazing Fest. But Pain's here. He will be a Wisdom unit, or at least from the scan it shows Wisdom as his boss type. So assuming that is the correct thing, he will be a Wisdom unit, and more information will probably come out as we find out more about this. But right now this is all we got to go on. Unfortunately, he's not a banner card, but let's see how Bandai decides to handle this. He will, he'll definitely be a limit broken level 150 character, but there you go. So that's it. The hype is, it's there. I really wanted more out of Naruto and Konohamaru. Well, Konohamaru was just, nice to have, but I really wanted more out of Sage Mode Naruto. He's such an iconic character, but unfortunately, he's not bad by any means, but he's not busted, and I like busted. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.